I booked another interview for us as well.
Absolutely.
It's coming up right now.
WSN Injury Insider, the great Dr. Jeff Pierce. How you doing, Doc?
Good. How are you?
Doing good, man.
God, I love the love and the energy in this room.
Absolutely. Feeling good today.
Hey, Doc's got some stories on Kenny.
Anything that you can tell.
Anything I can tell.
Tell us
absolutely.
inside the locker room.
Inside the locker. Yes. Kenny's a gentleman at the end of the day. I mean, it was always great.
What is he at the beginning of the day?
Hey, I haven't been with him at the beginning.
There we go.
I'm just gonna go where I meet up with him. Anyhow, no, Kenny. I mean, obviously through the great years of the Red Wings, where I was involved a lot with the team. Kenny was always involved. I mean, we can tell a story about Darren McCarty's comeback. That's probably the most memorable for me, where I was most involved with Darren coming back. Kenny came out. It was Draper and I, really Drapes, and I was just the doc to it all. But if you remember when Mac came back, he wasn't in the best mental, physical, or any shape at all. We took about a week, cleaned him up, literally cleaned him up. And Drapes got Kenny out. We're sitting in my office in the back room talking about, does he have it to come back? And, more was said, not to get into the details of it, but he's like, yeah, we owe a lot to Mac. And, if he's ready to kind of get the road straight and narrow, we'll support him. And he did. We had milestones for Mac to hit. We hit him, and he stayed straight. And as you know, they won a Stanley Cup that year.
It's amazing.
So and he's still the best.
And still
we love Darren.
Yeah. I mean, Mac is, he's a twisted soul, but he always goes straight.
He's our guy.
Absolutely. No doubt about it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot with Kenny. I mean, we did it was fun. I mean, I was mostly with the guys, but always well respected. Every player loved him. There wasn't this kind of division. He closed that door. He was a player's GM. And, with Stevie, I think Stevie and Draper are following in his footsteps, and I think he's got a good prodigy under him.
And not only that, let's just say Edmonton wins this series. You know who they play next? The Dallas Stars. Who's the manager of the Stars? Jim Nill.
Yep.
Under former Red Wing, worked under Ken Holland. In the Red Wings organization. Wow. And you look, Jim Nill in Dallas, Brendan Shanahan in Toronto, Steve Yzerman in Detroit. I mean, it's just
could be the Avs too. Could be the Avalanche. They're still alive.
Yeah, no doubt. But I mean, I'm just
that would be a good connection as well. Right. I mean, the old times.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, good stuff. Doc, what are you up to, man? What's happening at your office?
Just some fun stuff. What's happening? Had a few young athletes in. That's going on. We have a young softball player that's injured with an ankle injury. So just everything's going on right now. It's kind of the broad stuff. What I did want to talk about is actually someone who actually works for me, who's in unbelievable shape. I think she's just a rock star employee. She's going to be mad I'm talking about it, but she's got 4 kids under 6.
Okay.
She works out every morning. And she hurt herself working out. She's so busy. She's one of my most productive employees. Super phenomenal, always glass half full type of person, and led to her rushing through life like we all do. I got to get my workout in. I got to get my sets in. She tweaks a military press over her head and blows her neck and up.
Get out of here.
Yeah. So she's didn't want to tell me. Sees another doctor because she was like, I'll hope it gets better. Didn't get better. So 5 weeks later, she's calling. She's like, I did A, B, and C, and they said this. I go, who the heck told you that? And she's like, well, I don't want to tell you, but what should I do? And then it's like, ... I should probably come see you.
Oh my gosh.
So that was today's experience. And she is phenomenal. She's got a military type of husband. It's just they're very fit. I mean, she's got 4 kids, and I think she weighs 100 pounds.
So basically, even the most routine, avid people who work out are making mistakes while they're working out.
Yeah. So it gets to what's better: do less of the reps, do less weight, or push through your reps and push through. So you call it the Macho 101, right? Macho 101 is I'm going to lift more weights. I mean, the guy to the other side of you might be guilty of this too.
Oh, look at this guy, beefcake over here.
I gotta get my burn on.
100%.
I just want you to know that.
For you,
and
man.
pecans.
Is that the color of the shirt?
No, this is lavender.
Smells good.
This is lavender.
Lavender smell.
Lavender smells
Calming.
Good. Tastes good too.
I actually use lavender for your neck. Will chill you out.
100%. You
But
get
anyhow,
lavender neck massage over there, man.
The point is do you not finish that last rep? Do you push it through? Most of our injuries are happening when you push for the last rep. I'm going to get to my 10. You know, who said 10 was the magic number? We haven't really got to that. That's a whole different science we can talk about. But you got to listen to your body because she's worked out routinely and she was just short on time and she wanted to finish her 10 rep. And she did it on number 8 of 10 in her last rep. And now she's, I can't lose her as an employee, so it's very important for me to get her back up. But the reality is that this is real out for the working class of people who don't have a whole trainer, who doesn't have a locker room, who doesn't have the secret sauce in the locker room. Does Michigan Sports and Spine have a little of that secret sauce? Yeah, we do. We have some of the tools and the things to go. And this is a classic example. She didn't want to tell me about it. She went to somewhere else and it got no improvement at all. She'll be with us and I'll have her pack running in probably 2 weeks. So fortunately she didn't have a full pinched nerve. She's got what we call a mechanical issue with some nerve irritation.
Somebody told our coaches and somebody told those coaches and somebody told those coaches that 10 was the magic number. 10 has always been the number no matter what level I'm at, whether I was PAL, Little League, whether I was at Michigan, King High School, NFL, you name it. 10 always seems to be that magic number. But just now, for me, just as a person, I don't have to play sports anymore. I do what feels good. I go lighter. And also for anyone, it's about the form. I think that's where people get lost, doing the right form when you're doing drills and when you're doing techniques, having that right form. But also it's cool to taper off a little bit, man. Go to it feels good. When it stops feeling good, don't push through.
We should switch seats.
Doc, are there certain movements that are just unnatural when you're working out that you shouldn't do?
Yeah, I mean, some of the machines, you go through the creation of the machines, like that, back to the Jack LaLanne days and all that. The machines were mechanically made for simplicity. You don't have that functional of your size or your movement or your natural movement. I like more of the ropes, more where you can go through that natural motion. Dumbbells are better than machines. Machines are made because you don't have that pressure. If you can't finish, to get rid of it, you can just let go on a machine. So there's benefits to both, but the more functional is I don't know if you know the system. I think it's called Teco, where you actually have a rope where you can go through the motions with resistance, or the resistant bands. To get to his size, you got to get some resistance, some true weight, but you got to go through natural motion. That's why I say, the warm-up. The warm-up is for what? It's to warm up your body, but to also get to a natural movement, where your hands need to be. They're are you inside grip? Are you outside grip?
Yeah.
You're working this muscle. When you come on a tricep, when you come down, what are you doing? You're working half of the tricep. But if you come and you spin out, you're working the other head of the tricep. There's a lot of techniques of truly working out. So a lot of kids, I'm dealing with my son at 17, he's all about building bulk. Form may or may not matter, but if I did, I was doing 30-pound dumbbells and now I'm doing 50, I'm bigger and stronger. But there's an argument there on his adolescent body. You don't want to build that muscle too big before the ligaments develop, because that can lead to problems down the road. So it's always about muscle balance. It's always about how you gauge it, right? It's, we've always gauged it. I did 10. How many reps of 10 did you do? Even in the combine, it's how many times can you do is it 225?
225.
225 on bench press. How many times can you do in a minute?
Right.
So those are the measurements, which may or may not be perfectly relatable to functional activity on the field.
It's old school, man. It's quantity over quality. It's quality over quantity, and I think that's the problem. A lot of individuals get caught up in the quantity. I did this amount. How many quality reps did you do of anything? How many quality drills did you do? Quality is how you build safe, positive muscle, as opposed to just doing a bunch of reps and actually damaging your muscles and damaging your nerves.
Yeah, people don't understand. It's when you do a rep, just say a simple curl, you're coming up and then they let down real quick. The more muscle building is on the coming back down.
Release.
Is the release. So that's really where you build the bulk. So you guys spend more time on the release, buddy.
Doc, I wanted to ask you about other parts of the body, like the feet, like the legs. I've got arthritis in my right foot.
Right foot?
In my right foot, on top of my foot.
Were you a kicker prior?
No, I don't know what the heck I did.
What does that feel like? Can you describe the feeling?
It hurts like a son of a gun. It hurts to walk. It hurts to drive. It hurts to step on the brake and the gas. So you go to the podiatrist, you go to the orthopedic guy, and they tell you, well, we can give you a shot, blah, 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 blah. It only lasts for so long, the cortisone shot. And is there anything that you could do for an arthritis? I'm 62 years old, so it is what it is.
The simple answer is yes, right? My goal, like when you come to my office, it's not like orthopedics is class. I'm going to give you a shot. I'm going to do this. You're going to be 100%. That's it. I want to build realistic expectations, but our big thing that we do is we put it on you. We educate you. We tell you what to do, and then understand our goal is 75% better. Because you do have an aging system. It's like the old car. You can put brand new spark plugs in, but you're still working with all the old equipment. So you're going to be better for a minute, but higher expectations, but it's also you understanding what you should be doing. To strengthen, you can always strengthen. We've proven you can strengthen a 90-year-old person, a 100-year-old person. Doesn't work the same as a 20 and a 15-year-old, but still you throw out 62, 62 is the new 42 if I let you know that. But
thank you.
Basically,
I am.
You get that policy.
I got it.
No, but yes, there's things you can do. It's not just a shot and out the door, a shot and a cream and whatever. It's a disciplined program that you need to do. You need to evaluate, what's going on. There's scoping, there's creams, there's like you said, secret sauce.
And they sell it over the counter. They sell the arthritic creams and all of that you put on your foot, and you can even go up from there.
But that just cuts down inflammation. That doesn't build the.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about this on this show, but we talked about core muscle. Like we know about core. If I say core muscle to all you guys, you automatically go to your belly, right? Your core. There's a core around every joint. There's a core around the shoulder, the elbow, the ankle, the foot. All of it has core musculature. The hip is big. The hip and the knee are becoming more popular to understand what the core is. But the ankle definitely has a core. It's got the most bones in the body besides the hand.
Right.
It's second to the hand for the most bones. So there's things and joints and things you can do, but you have to have someone who really takes the time to understand it. Like you need to go to a foot therapist. I don't know how bad you are, but if you're having pain every day,
I am.
Then you need to, my rule is that you guys can all recite. You're having discomfort for 2 weeks, you need to come in and see somebody.
It's a pretty good general rule.
I'll be there.
You're always welcome. The door's open.
Thanks, Doc.
The door is
I
open.
got good insurance.
The door is open always at MichiganSportsAndSpine.com. Look him up online. Give him a call. Dr. Jeff Pierce, our WSN Injury Insider. Thanks, Doc.
You good? Oh, we didn't talk. We got minutes?
We got 1 minute, 60
right.
seconds.
Just a shout out for Colorado last.
Oh, yeah, baby. Colorado.
Okay, I've just got a little beef. My son got benched for being in Colorado with his sister for Monday's game.
No kidding.
Or for Tuesday's game. So I didn't want to bring it up, but
you did.
I brought it up.
Got to.
He stood up as a man, talked to his coach, texted him. I was so proud of him. And he said it very eloquently, better than I would have, to the coach. Coach pulled him aside, played him in the second half.
Good.
First half score, 7-1. They're losing. Second half score, 6-4. Alec gets 3 goals, 2 assists. Out of the 6 goals, they lose 11-7.
Dang,
Which
man.
means if he would have played, they would have won.
Savage.
It's all right. He made the right choice.
And I do not want sports, and a lot of people have these stories. We're not picking our sport over our family event. So,
amen to that.
That's a fact.
So
good for you, Doc. I'm glad you did bring that up. I'm glad you did. That is an important message, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Time over everything. Time over everything.
It was a special event.
Yep.
It was a special event. I'm not talking about the families over going on the boat type of thing.
Even if they did. You know what I mean? Even if they did. Yeah.